Welcome again. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody around the world. Uh, uh, we were we were told that confidence, self-confidence, and self-esteem are two things uh, most of us lack. And the world statistics is 85% of the world's population lack self-confidence, self-esteem, and they struggle life. And And in fact, if you divide that again, 45% of the adults and 35% of the teenagers, they lack self-confidence in the world. And it is the global statistics. And the surprisingly, it tells us how important it is to get the self-confidence and the self-esteem because they are both together. No, we cannot make out exactly between them. So everything falls under the same umbrella. But the self confidence is very important in life. And we are having a discussion today. What is the self confidence and how it can be discovered or maybe reinvented or rewritten in a person and how to implement it is in daily life? Because uh, the implementing is another big problem. There are lots of coaches, lots of mentors, and also a lot of hypnotists who struggle with this with their clients. So that's what we're going to talk today. And the first speaker will be Miriam, which is going to explain to us or give a presentation or a talk, important points about what is the self-confidence. And after that, it'll be followed by Angel. He is going to tell us how to get this thing the discovered or invented within ourselves or rewritten in ourselves. And I will be concluding how it's to be implemented in the daily life. So I give the floor to Miriam right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam, for a nice presentation. Like you said, a lot of people around the globe lack self-confidence and self-esteem. And why the reason why we can feel this? Because everyone wants to be in flow in our life. Many times it is because we have disconnection with inner self, the person we are, from the creator, how we shape when we get born into this earth. Because many times we just listen for everything around us. We want to be much more into the external world instead into our internal world. Because when we have disconnection or lack in ourselves, we can feel that we don't have confidence and we don't have self-esteem. And that is based on our internal network, how we grow up in our childhood, or parents, or how which kind of group we have around us, or society around us. And we start with thinking like they want us to be thinking by ourselves and search their approval in our life and their association with who we should be and how we should be thinking by ourselves instead to have a connection within ourselves, the person we was meant to be. And that's why we can feeling like we're not good enough, or we not can be loved if we success, or if we have the life our parents show us to have and everyone around us want us to have. Instead to listen for ourselves, who we want to be. How can we find peace in ourselves, come back to our essence in ourselves? But because we have this kind of system around us, we live in a day-to-day with a lot of information from the school system, from parents or group or partner. Everyone tells us how we should live our life, mass media. Instead, to spend time for yourself, who are we and how can we learn from ourselves? And how can we try to add new information in ourselves? Because we have all information within ourselves. We just need to see things from a new winkel, find back to the belief we have in ourselves, and absorb information in a better way, and listen for ourselves, the light we have within ourselves. Because everything around is based in this mass media is based on ego. Everyone else telling us how we should be thinking, instead to listen for yourself, to decide to receive for self alone who we are, who we was really born to be in this earth, in this lifetime. And that's based on all this cultural narrative, how we learn to be together, how we was learned to be thinking. And we start to compare, compete to each other, and to conform from each other instead to listen for yourself. How can I be a better version of myself? And how can my soul be the best version of themselves? So this is why it's so important to see how can we become the best version of ourselves? What kind of experience do we have in our life? And how can that shape our identity in a better way? And how can we use our experience in a better way to feel and have fulfilled life instead to have a life where we can feel lack of self-confidence and self-esteem? And how can we see that everything is connected, everything in life happens for a reason? It's why it's so important to listen for yourself, to start to align with our spiritual truth as well, and to remember who we are. Because true confidence isn't built, that is remembered who we are, how we can be the best version of ourselves. We get born into this earth to have connection with the Creator, to have connection with them around us. And it's so important to be in line with the person we want to become. And it's why it's important to have experience in our life in line with the person we become and the person we want to be. Who can help us to grow as well. So instead to punish yourself and see all these restrictions we have around us, it's so important to see that everything is linked into be a better version for ourselves. If we wasn't fulfilled, we shouldn't be here for the first place, because everyone have struggle in life. Every person can feel lack of self-confidence and self-esteem. And we are here to learn from each other. We're here to grow for each other. We're here to grow and to learn and have self-realization in our life. So you're much more to be aware of the person we want to be and be aware of yourself, the soul, the light we have within ourselves, and how to become the best version of ourselves. And how can I use my experience from my childhood, my wants, my reaction in my life to be the better version of myself, to do something new? Because everything happened for a reason. That is the lesson in everything. So we can see that that is a part in your process to become a better version of yourself that can also help you to find the real you and find the relation you have within yourself, the self-confidence you have within yourself. It's why we also need to have an environment around us what can help us to shape or so help us grow and to find back the person we are. It can help us with give information. How can we be even stronger, the person we are, and how can that help us to be creative and find back the kindness within ourselves, the courage we need in our life. That's why we need to have this kind of community. We can help each other to find back to who we really are. So you can remember the person we are mean to be. Because when you find align with yourself, with your true essence, and you find your soul, the light within yourself, you find to be kindness, truth, courage, compassion, creativity, and you take responsibility for your own action in your own life. Because you can see that everything is linked into be the best version of yourself. But you need to listen for yourself to live from a life with this kind of value in your life to evolve. That you no longer see yourself in a lens from the past, but thought a lens that your infinity person in your soul's potential, well, where you can be grow by yourself and find the power you have within yourself. So listen to yourself, take time for yourself. You are the perfect combination you are today. Everything in your life happened for a reason. And find back to the connection within the light within yourself, because everything starts to be remembered who we are. So start to ask yourself, are you connected within the light within yourself? Or are you acting from an old version of yourself? Them around you telling you to be, how you should treat yourself or how you become person you should become. So start to listen to yourself with the inner voice you have within yourself. So put the light first, and remember who you are, and create a life where your confidence comes from, not from ego, but from your soul. Alignment with your divine spark you have within yourself.
Thank you, Miriam. Great presentation. Beautifully said.
Thank you.
Indeed, building confidence and self-esteem, it is a process. I'm gonna emphasize today how we can actually build confidence and self-esteem. We need to understand, first of all, that it doesn't happen overnight. It's an entire process, and it's absolutely possible with consistent effort and the right mindset to build confidence and self-esteem. But first, I would like to start with understanding the difference between confidence and self-esteem. Confidence, first of all, is the belief in your abilities or skill. The self-esteem is the belief in your inherent worth and value as a person. You can have confidence with self-esteem, high self-esteem, or low self-esteem, and vice versa. But it's ideally to build them both in the same time. In order to build confidence and self-esteem, we need to identify the root issues which created the lack of them. So you need to reflect on where you lack the confidence or self-esteem. This may come from a past failure or criticism. Seldomly we are criticized by our parents in our childhood or our relatives. So we need to pass over those particular criticisms and think of the present moment. Also, the negative self-talk or comparison. We normally compare ourselves with others. We see a person that we grow up together or a person that we know directly that actually managed to lift themselves up from that particular stage and become better. So then we start to compare ourselves with that particular person and ask ourselves, oh, I'm not good enough. How did that person get there before me? He must be smarter than me and things like this. So we should stop comparing ourselves with other person. Each individual is absolutely different. Also, it can be from an unmet expectation or a trauma. This is also a root issue that can create a lack of confidence and the low self-esteem. Understanding the cause can actually help us addressing more effectively and find a solution to that particular problem. The first step in order to build confidence and self-esteem is build a foundation of self-respect. You can start by setting boundaries. You need to learn to say no without feeling guilty. Seldomly, we are put in some situations where we do not say no to the things that we actually don't want to do or don't want to happen because we do not want to hurt somebody else. Sometimes, in order to get where we want to get, we need to do these things. So we'll need to learn to say no without the feeling of guilt. Have it in the back. So when you want to say no without the guilt. Another thing is to stop pleasing people. You cannot please everyone. Your worth isn't based on other people's approval. And I discussed about this in a previous presentation, where you don't need to get approval from somebody else, because each and every one of us is absolutely unique and it's a totally different individual. Their situation doesn't compare with our situations, so we do not need to seek for other people's approval because their approval towards us can be wrong and our approvals towards them can be wrong. So don't seek other people's approval. Practice self-care. And you can practice self-care by taking care of your physical body. Eat well, rest 6-8 hours each night. Move your body, like going to the gym, taking a walk outside, and get plenty of sunlight. Sunlight actually can help you boost your energy. So you feel more alive when you get plenty of sunlight than when you stay in the dark or in a shade most of the time. The fourth thing to build the confidence and self-esteem is to use daily practices to rewire your brain. You can actually adopt in this kind of situation, you can adopt the positive self-talk. And in order to adopt the positive self-talk, you need first of all to catch yourself when you are having an inner dialogue negatively. So you need to catch yourself when you say, I can't, or I'm not good enough, and then rewrite it and put it opposite as you said it before. Replace it with specific, realistic affirmations. And say it, I'm learning and improving every day. Or every day in every way, I'm getting better, better, and better. I handled that better than I used to do it. Or I used to do it before. Also, incorporate in your life gratitude and strength journaling. Every day you write down at least 5 things that you are grateful for. And at the end of the day, write 1 thing that you did well that day. This will help you boost your confidence and self-esteem. It retains your brain to notice your progress instead of your flaws. Okay? So don't forget to celebrate each success every day after you have accomplished it. The 5th step is to take small, consistent actions. You can start with tasks that slightly push you out of your comfort zone. Each success, no matter how small, builds the confidence. So if you are having a big goal that you are facing and you need to do it, but you do not know how to start it and how to finish it, you need to break down that goal into smaller manageable tasks and then work each task separately. But after each successful accomplished task, don't forget to celebrate it. It's very important. So you can actually, as an example, you can speak up once in a meeting, or you can try something new alone, or you can ask questions that you are actually afraid it might sound silly, but you need to do something that gets you out of your comfort zone. It may not always be perfect. It may not always work right, but the most important thing is the ones that actually does. When it goes right, then celebrate it and take acknowledge only of the things that are being right. Then setting achievable micro goals. So as I said before, break down larger goals into small manageable goals and create an actionable step towards each particular goal. And celebrate your accomplishment of each step that you are taking. This will create in yourself a momentum and prove to yourself that you are capable of doing things. So this will actually help you build that particular confidence and self-esteem you are searching. Learning new skills, it's very important as well, because without learning new skills, we cannot change our direction. We cannot build our confidence when we are talking with different type of individuals. Learn new skills and create hobbies. 1 hobby at least, multiple even better. Because mastery builds confidence. That's why learning new skills is very important. Choose something you enjoy and can improve over time. You can try martial arts, or you can try drawing, or you can try coding, or designing, or public speaking, but try something something that takes you out of your comfort zone. And surround yourself with positive people. Don't forget that environment is more important than heredity. And why is that? Because the people we surround ourselves with are more like to be the same as us. So if you want to succeed, if you want to build your confidence and self-esteem, surround yourself with positive people. Avoid those who drain you or make you doubt yourself. And actually, if you stay and think a little bit about it, those particular people which drains you and make you doubt yourself are actually doubting themselves. And most surely they are lacking confidence and self-esteem as well. So seek out friends or communities that support you and inspire you. When failure happens, deal with that realistically. Failure always is doomed to happen. So you should not take failure as something to quit. Failure, actually, Einstein said something that the people who never fail is the ones that never tried anything new. So in order to accomplish something, you will encounter first with failure. When that happens, you need to ask yourself a few questions. What did I learn from that? And how can I improve it next time? Failure is not about putting you down. Failure is just feedback. You need to learn what you did wrong, and you need to learn how you can improve it so you don't repeat the same mistake twice. And of course, if your self-esteem is deeply affected by, for example, a trauma or long-standing issues or an abuse, a therapist in this case can help you go through them more effectively and self-help alone. So do not be afraid to seek a therapist or a coach for this matter. Thank you. I leave it now with Sam to complete the presentation.
Okay, thank you. Excellent information from both of you. That's great. Because I see this mm, almost every week. We get clients because as a therapist, I get clients who are stuck after they are taught by coaches how to get confidence, how to get self-esteem, how after discovering everything, they are still stuck because they cannot implement that in daily life. As you all know that when you when you help the client to be more confident and having less self-doubt, and also no self-doubt, uh, the clients are not given um, the information about how to implement that in the daily life. Because you all know that we all live in a comfort zone, and you got to break the comfort zone to get into the world to show that how confident you are and what's your worth to the world. So this interesting thing which I observed, and I find it in almost every client to tell you the fact, they all doubt themselves. We all doubt others. We all doubt ourselves. So after you learned about what is self-confidence and how to discover your self-confidence, now the question comes, how do you want to implement? It's just like a student who just passed the college is out in the world. Is he going to is he going to take the task of telling the world how he can help the world? Doesn't happen most of the time. And whatever we study in college is not what we do exactly sometimes, and we go to a job also. So think about these things. Something new comes up. It takes you a long time, as been uh, yeah, and this information has already been talked about by Angel as well as Miriam. That it's not overnight. No, it's no magic. There's no miracle. It takes time. because here what we are doing is that we are dealing with a different situation, which is the mind. We are dealing with the mind. So it takes a long time. For some, it may take a few weeks. For some, it may take a few months. And I do have a realistic case, which I'm going to share the screen in a minute. Um, and this woman was very intelligent, highly analytical person, a marketing executive. She went to coaches. I think she had two coaches before, and then they helped her with the self-doubt, the self-esteem, and also the building her confidence. Uh, and I believe she had around the six sessions with the coach. And after that, she could not implement it, and the coach could not do anything. He tried his best, and he's my close friend. And then he referred her to me. Uh, and it was quite challenging to find out what was stopping her, what was the block she was having, what defensive mechanism was going on, what secondary gains she was getting. And I discovered a few things. Then actually, I found out that it was not the confidence, it was the fear. She had the confidence from the coaches. They gave her the information how to be more confident. She was confident, but there was a fear. The fear is if she implements this, what will happen? Will she succeed or will she fail? So that was a problem. And quite interestingly, in uh, I did hypnotherapy on her. Just so it was a targeted one because she came only for that. A targeted one, and we did do a kind of a deep trance state integration of the parts. And then also we did the pacing exercise, and she was given lots of homework every day, working on the homework. She has got to write down again and again what she wants to do, how she wants to implement. So that was one of the stories about her. And uh, within 2 months, she was able to pick up the strings, and she started applying for new jobs. She got a new job and she's doing well. That's one of the examples. But we all have this problem because when we have something new, we would like to keep ourselves in that. mm, Okay, I got it here. So this is the case I was talking about. It's an interesting case because, as mentioned by Angel, that we have this the subconscious belief. Also, Miriam told about yourself. You got to go into yourself insights. Those are all the things we need to know, and the inner self, and then asking yourself what you are, how you are. So it's like the old axiom stating that, know thyself, then you know the world. So it's an interesting case. You can have a look here. What happened was that no, she kept postponing the key projects and continued saying yes to the task, and that overwhelmed her. You already heard from the previous speakers that you got to know how to say no. If you know how to say no, then you will know exactly in what situations to say yes. That is, in other words, if you put it that way. So this was a good case, and it was quite rewarding to her at the end that she was able to have a breakthrough within a few months. And interestingly, I just wanted to show you a few slides because most of the things have been talked about. So we are just going to go through a few slides. Uh, Before going there, just let me explain to you that implementing the newfound confidence and self-esteem in daily life is about intentional integration. It has already been uh, talked about with the previous speakers, but just I want to go through that once more, but not in detail. So this presentation was originally done for the Federation because it's quite common that the most common person who comes with the problems are people with low self-confidence. So just a minute, because it's all jumping around. I don't know why. So why do they struggle to implement this in their newfound confidence and self-esteem in daily life? Because they are quite common. Confidence and self-esteem breakthroughs are very common, and every one of us, we all had it in our life. There is nothing unusual. It's a normal human tendency to doubt ourselves. That's the very important thing, because I used to tell the students in the class, stating that if somebody calls you today by phone, maybe $1 million life insurance, you're going to pay only $1 a day. Will you buy it? Majority answered no. They will not buy it because they doubt it. They think it's a scam. They think they are trying to get trapped. So this is one thing. And the other thing is that I asked them, if you ask yourself before answering me, is it the right thing to do? They said no. See, that's where we all fall into the trap in everyday life. So, however, sustaining and implementing these changes in daily life is challenging. how why we don't achieve these things, they're very difficult, but I'm not going to talk much about it because it has been already explained by the previous speakers, so we're just going to glance through it. 85% of the people experience low self-esteem at some point, and this statistics is true. I'm going to show you the last slide, which has got all the references from where it has been picked up. And 30% of the adult report lacking confidence in daily decision making. 30% in daily decision making. They all lack confidence. And 25% of adolescents report low self esteem affecting daily life. Most of them face this problem, and 30% of the clients which I have seen, and also most of the therapists and coaches have seen, they cite low self-esteem as the primary concern. So high prevalence of these both, they challenge us how to teach the client to maintain and to have this long time the results. That's one thing most of us struggle with. And it's and these the other slides have already been talked about, but here only thing is that while the direct statistics on failure to implement newfound confidence are limited, but still you can see the prevalence. Prevalence is almost 85% of low self-esteem. Strongly suggest that many people struggle to sustain positive changes in self-image and behavior. And now, right here, they're sitting with me, and then also my colleagues and others, you can question yourself. Are you confident? Are you confident to start a new way? Are you confident to start a new career? Will you step into that shoe? It will be difficult even for me. It's not very easy as we think. It will be difficult. We all tell people what to do, what not to do, but we fail to tell them how to adapt to the new one, how to adapt to the new career, how to adapt to the new shoe they are going to fit in. That's always a difficult and challenging thing, which I have seen in my clients. Give them everything, give them all the tools, give them all the resources, but still the problem is, are they going to implement it? If they don't implement it, you and I are going to get a bad review from them. So how to integrate this in daily life will be a big task for each one of us to follow. I put here that, the main reasons, but I just want to stop sharing here at this point because most of this have been discussed. And we are going to take a few things from this is that the takeaways are know yourself, as Miriam has explained. Know yourself first. By knowing yourself, your capabilities, and then you can discover your self confidence and self esteem. And Angel has gone through the ways how you can do it, how you can discover, and also he went through how to implement also a couple of things. I'm glad he did that because his way of explaining was really good, excellent, how to implement it in daily life. But only thing I want to add is that we all have this problem. We all have this problem because to enter a new career, to do something new, is difficult because you've been in this world for a long time. If it's a child, it's a different story because it has not adapted to the world, still trying to adapt to the world and how to improve and get along further in the world. But for an adult or for a teenager also, it's very difficult. So we have to look into things, how to help them to integrate their newfound confidence and self-esteem. And it's not that we can tell them what to do, what not to do, but mm, I normally do this in a structured way. I think we should do it in a structured way rather than saying I. What we need to do is that give them a structure, give them a structure how they can adapt because they should know. They should know beforehand itself. They should know. See what? This is going to be completely different from your daily routine. It's going to be completely different from your daily activities and your thoughts, your beliefs may be entirely different. Prepare them. Prepare them in such a way. Try to change their beliefs first. Discover their blocks. Try to change their beliefs. Because inside every one of us, you've got two parts conflicting every minute, every second. Do this, don't do this. Do this, don't do this. And most of the time, don't do this wins. That's a problem there. So I just want to stop here, but I'm going to share the last screen, uh, which shows our information about us. And we are on Facebook. Please join us. You're most welcome to join us. And by joining the Facebook group, we'll be really happy that if you can share your thoughts and if you can share your comments, that'll be great because that'll help us improve ourselves. We three are in this group. It's called the Inside Coaching Group, and we help we help clients who lack and also struggle with the self-confidence, self-esteem, fears, phobias. We take care of many things. So you're welcome to join, and we'll be delighted to have you all on our team. And I just want to share the last screen so that you all know who we are and what we are, so that we are Inside Coaching Group. We are on Facebook. You could go to you could go to Facebook and type Inside Coaching Group. It'll come up, and you're welcome to join because we are on a journey. All three of us are on a journey of improving ourselves, and along the journey, what we want to do is that, and what we are doing here is that right now we are trying to help others to get through the same journey, to discover themselves, to get more self-confidence, more self-esteem. You're most welcome to join the group. We will be delighted if you're here, and if you're really interested. you can give us some topics, what you want us to discuss. That'll be great. I'm going to stop my lecture here, and going to share a couple of things with Miriam and Angel. Thank you so much. And it's been a good presentation. A lot of things have been covered. And I think you gave all the golden nuggets so that they get an idea uh, what is self-confidence and what is self-esteem. And Angel real he discriminated between these two. That was really good. But most of the time they come in the same package. It'll be very difficult to do that, but that's a good thing there. And with this, I'm stopping my talk. Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much for
much.
listening. Mhm.
Thank you very much, Miriam. Thank you very much, Sam.
Yeah, thank
Wonderful
you.
presentation for both of you. And I hope more people will join our topics and share their thoughts and write comments with what topics would you like to hear more about. Thank you. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week.